Well, it is Wednesday, June 19th. Are you ready? Today, my wandering begins. I have just left my brother's. I'm not quite out of his complex yet. And I am headed to Walmart right now to get some stuff for my food container. And then I'm going to fill up. And luckily I can fill up right there. And the gas is pretty cheap down here right now. So that's good. And then I am on to my first campsite. So I'm going to take you along with me. It's hot, so I'm going to be setting up my tent in hot, steamy weather. But you know what? My tent will be much cooler than sleeping in my car if it stays this hot. They are calling for rain this afternoon. I do have a rain fly. And I'm not sleeping on the ground. I have my cot, so that's good. I mean, I'm not really concerned about it. I'm going to be at this campsite for 2 days. And then I have decided I'm going to head up into the Smokies. And I'm going to spend, 2 or 3 nights in the Smokies before I start making my way back toward Ohio. I mean, it's really, the Smokies are on the way back to Ohio anyway. So my goal is to be back in Ohio by the end of next week. So anyway, I'm taking you along on my journey. I will show you the before and after of my tent. I think I'm going to watch a YouTube video before I start the tent, because I know there's a YouTube video out there on how to set up my particular tent, and it doesn't look very hard. That's why I got this tent. But it's been a while since I've watched it. So, like I said, it is hot and sunny. Well, it's kind of clouding up right now. I'm going to be closer to the ocean though, so it could be a little bit warmer there, or cooler there. And I'm hoping there's a nice ocean breeze at the campsite. So, not sure what I'm going to find. I've never been to this campground before. I've never really been to this part of the country before. So it's a, all around new experience for me. I am excited about doing this. Excited, nervous, I guess. So, okay. I have my Garmin on. I don't have any directions yet going with anything because I know I'm going to Walmart here. It just dinged at me because I'm exceeding the speed limit. So is everybody else. So I backed it off and I'm now going the speed limit. But being as I have an out-of-state license, I'm pretty conscious of my speed anyway. I'm not in an area where I can put my cruise control on, which is what I usually do. Before I left, my brother checked my oil, checked my coolant, checked my washer fluid. All my fluids are good. He added coolant, so I'm going to pick up some more. Especially in this heat. My car is using, because I'm using the air conditioner so much, it's using a lot of coolant. So I'm keeping that at a good level. And like I said, I'm going to fill up my gas tank here in a few minutes, and I'll be good to go. I'm not going very far. I'm only going about an hour east of here. But it's roads I've not traveled before, so I'm going to have both my phone GPS and my Garmin GPS on, just because then I can look on both sides to see my turns. I know it sounds ridiculous, but I'm being overly cautious my first day out. So this morning I had my coffee, which was, I didn't video any of this yet. I had my 2 cups of coffee, so 2 points in my coffee. I had an English muffin for 3 points. It was the Thomas Light 100 calorie. 3 points, so that takes me up to 5. I had 6 grams of butter on that English muffin. That takes me up to 7. And I had 1 slice of Velveeta with my 2 eggs. So 8 points today, which means I've got plenty of points left for dinner. I'm planning on getting a chicken breast to cook out tonight. I know that there's a Walmart really close by to this campground, so tomorrow I don't want to put a lot of food that I got to keep real cold in my cooler, because it's not that type of cooler. I haven't picked up any ice yet. I might do that when I get to the campground. So I do have some frozen bottles of water in my cooler right now and some stuff that I can make lunch with. So anyway, I have a list of things I'm going to pick up at this Walmart that are camping friendly, so it doesn't leave a footprint in the campground, and also it's easy and convenient, if that makes sense. But I don't have a lot of room to pack things, so I am looking at smaller sizes, which means I'll probably be making grocery store trips a little bit more often, but you know, that's okay. It's not like I'm going out into the backcountry, you know, for a week or two. So I'm not getting that far away from civilization that I can't get to a store. And of course the camp store always has some for an exorbitant price. But number one on my list is coffee. And tomorrow morning I'll show you my little coffee thing that I have. So, alright, well I'm at the Walmart now, so I am going to let you go, and I will talk to you soon when I get to the campsite. This is my home for the next couple of days. This beautiful campground with I'm right on the lake. It's gorgeous. I have my own little shelter hut. My tent is going to go over there. And I'll show that to you when I get done. I'm getting ready to fix some lunch. Let me show you what I brought to you. These are the bomb, by the way. Oatmeal. This is the Quaker weight control. I have some cans of black beans. This is the no salt. I have the 70-calorie tuna packs. I got some coffee. Hard to tell because it's getting a little cold. This is what I'm going to be eating the next couple days. So, it looks yummy to me. Here's the other side of where I'm at. It's a nice little area. They had to come over. I don't have my tent here because when I got here there was a big mound of ants. So they came over and little bird's nest. I don't know if you can see that. Little bird's nest up here. Like the spider webs that are here. I'm going to take chair out and sit by the lake. So, time to set up my tent, and I'll show you after I get all set up. This is my first campsite meeting, or meal. I have one of the mini cucumbers. I'm going to cut that up. 0 points. Carrots, 0 points. Applesauce, 0 points. My bread for my sandwich is 1 point. Or, I'm sorry, 2 points. Cheese is 1 point. Turkey is 1 point. So, 2, 3, 4 points. And water, 4 points for lunch. This is my tent. It almost blew away like several times because it's really windy here. It's all set up. I did have help. 2 people across the way here in that red truck over there, right there, saw me struggling, and they came over and they actually really set the tent up for me after I couldn't get it up. So that's it. This is my home, away from home for a couple days. Let's see. I have my bed in there. I'm all set up. And I get to wake up and look at this every morning. Okay, for dinner I'm cooking up chicken fingers. This is chicken breast I've got on my little camp stove. I stirred that up with some fruit. I think that's all tonight. I'm not really that hungry. So I got my spare with me. So I can open these out. Water in here. Gonna top it off with some red hot sauce. And this is my first night camping meal. So the chicken and the fruit that I'm going to have is 0 points. I think I'm just going to throw some blueberries on my plate, and that's all I'm going to have tonight. Blueberries in here somewhere. There they are. Good old campsite dinner. I want to tell you, this little camp stove, just let a little butane camp stove starts every time. It's really hot. In fact, it's so hot, I think I'm going to turn it off now. The chicken cooks up in no time at all. I'll let that cool for a minute. I have an all-American red, white, and blue plate here. So I hope you guys are enjoying your night. I'll try to get one more thing up tonight to show you what it looks like here at the night time. But I think I'm going to go eat my dinner and then go down and take a shower, because I'm sure tomorrow morning the showers will be full. So I'll be back in a bit. I was going to try to start a campfire. However, it's too windy, as you can see what my hair is doing here. It's a gorgeous, quiet night here, though. You can hear the crickets chirping, and there's a nice breeze blowing. And before we had a really bad rainstorm, I thought I was going to lose the tent. So, I just wanted to share with you this quiet setting that I'm in right now. I know you can't see me. When I get inside my tent, I'll turn the light on and finish up the recording. But see, my little pavilion here has a light in it. I got my cooler back there. I'm going to try to turn my camera around so you can see. Starting to pick up a little bit, so I'm going to sit out here for a little bit longer and then go in. The quiet hours here start at 10 o'clock, and I'm not sure what time it is right now. It's getting close to 10. I got 45 more minutes, and then I'll go on my 10 and finish my recording. Had a little bit of excitement earlier. There was an alligator in the lake. I've never seen an alligator up close and personal, but he stayed far away, and that was okay. So I have a flashlight in my hand, so occasionally I'll shine some light on myself. Do want to tell you that I ended the day with 17 points, and I have recorded most of what I ate. I think all that I ate, except for breakfast. I didn't record that. I had that one before I left my brother's house. But I made a sandwich here at the campsite, and then I cooked my dinner out on my little camp stove, and it was good. I'm not hungry. I did have a trail mix snack that I made, so I knew it was in it. Yeah, the big thing is, it took me almost 2.5 hours to get the tent up because it was so windy because the storm was moving in, and I had the people across the way help me get it up. I'll show you their picture. Real nice, cute little couple. And I think they're leaving tomorrow morning, so I'm sure taking down the tent's going to be a whole lot easier than what it was putting it up. And as long as the wind doesn't pick up a whole lot more now, it's going to be beautiful. There's a nice breeze blowing, and I think it's going to be very nice, pleasant sleeping tonight. And I'm not too far away from the bathroom. I do want to tell you, though, I have a lot of steps in today. Let me look. I'm going to see if I can tell you. Hang on. I have 12,000 steps in today. And plus all the exercise it took to hold this tent down while it was blowing. So, anyway. Well, you can't see me, so there we go. Next couple days, I'm telling you, it's going to be a no makeup day. Probably going to go to the pool tomorrow. They have paddle boats here that I can rent. That I'd like to take a paddle boat into the lake tomorrow. So, let's see, tomorrow's Thursday. I need to check out by noon on Friday. So, it'll give me time to get up and get breakfast. And then by Friday, I'll decide where I'm headed exactly. I think I'm going to head over toward Asheville, North Carolina. If anybody's over that direction, let me know. So maybe we meet up for lunch or something. And then I'm going to head up to Cherokee, I think, North Carolina. And go into Gatlinburg maybe for a day. Well, let's see if I can find any campgrounds around there. So, part of tomorrow, though, I'm going to have to spend reorganizing my car because it's a disaster. I had a place for everything when I left my brother's, and in between getting the tent set up and getting my cot in the tent and everything, it's a disaster in there right now. So I guess we start all over again tomorrow. So I have to figure out a system. I haven't done that yet, but this is my first day out. So, all right, I will be back shortly. Well, here I am, first night in my tent. I gotta tell you, I'm tired. It's been a long day, and we had, it took a lot to get the tent up. This is sold as a 6-person tent. I can't imagine anybody else but me in here. And all I've got in here is my cot and my shoes and a glass of water. I can't imagine 6 people in here. So, it's very, very peaceful here. I have no doubt I'm going to get a good night's sleep. I have my Lucy light on now, and it's lighting up my tent just fine for what I want, but I'm going to turn it out here when I'm done with this video. And I think I'm just going to go to sleep with, the sound of the lake out here, and all the frogs are croaking, and it's just a very peaceful setting right now. Quiet hours have started. So there, no kids out, nobody's riding around making noise. People are talking at their campsites, but that's about it. But it's very, very pleasant right now. And there's a nice breeze blowing here. For right now, anyway, I'm going to keep my window flaps down because there's a nice breeze blowing through. If it gets a little chilly during the night, I'll get up because, I'll have to get up 2 or 3 times to go to the bathroom, which is helping me get my steps in. I have 12,179 steps in right now, which is 11 activity points. So, and according to my Fitbit, I did the equivalent of 20 floors today. It's probably just all the up and down I was doing, getting this tent up and getting things out of the car and everything. So tomorrow I'll go explore because I won't have to do anything other than straighten my car up a little bit, but that's low on the priority list right now anyway. So anyway, I had a good day on plan, and I did not bring anything. Well, I showed you what I packed. I didn't bring anything that was going to cause me to go off plan. So tomorrow's Thursday. I'm still planning on weighing in. I have my scale, and there is a cement flat surface out there where the picnic table is. That's probably where I'll put my scale. I could put it here, but the ground is not, it's probably not level. So I'll do it on the cement. I hope nobody sees me. So, okay, you guys have a great night, and I will be back tomorrow with more of my camping adventure. Right now, I am in Mount Pleasant, South Carolina, the Mount Pleasant / Charleston area. So, we're far enough away from the highway where, we're close enough where I can still hear some cars every now and again, but far enough away where it's not bothersome. So, like I said, this is a nice area. So far my experience here has been very, very nice. The staff that works here is very kind, and I went to the camp store, bought some firewood, thinking I would start a fire, but it's too windy, so I couldn't get it going. Maybe tomorrow. But I went there, and I said, well, I'm gonna go take a shower. So they said, well, we'll have it back. They deliver the firewood right to your campsite. So they said, it'll be there by the time you get back from your shower. And it was right there by the fire pit for me. And every question I've asked, they've answered. And when I first got here, I wanted them to spray for ants because where I had to put my tent, there were 2 big ant holes. And boy, came right away. And they sprayed, and I haven't seen any. I have a tarp down underneath my tent anyway. So I think we're good for right now. I'll just have to really kind of watch it when I start packing things back up again. I'll make sure that the tarp is brushed off really well before I pack it up. So, but that's not till Friday, so I'm going to relax the next couple days. I will show you what I eat while I'm here. So you guys have a great night, and I will see you tomorrow.